So this game, Over the Top, just came out. It just came out. It's really good, and I would definitely recommend jumping on it like immediately. It's about $20, a little bit less than $20. It's also on sale right now, so check it out. I'm also going to be giving away some, a couple of free Steam keys, and I'm not going to be a dick about it, so I'm just going to give them to you. Just watch the video, and you'll get them. So, bada boom. Over the Top, WW1. Yeah, so I got my hands on this game a while back. I think it was about 2 years back when they were doing some of the early play tests. I might have missed the first play test, but I'm pretty sure I got on the second or third one that they were doing. So I've been watching the game develop over a long period of time, and I gotta say, genuinely, this is a fun game. Now, I'm not gonna just like completely glaze this game start to finish. There's definitely some criticisms I have with it, but I would say like overall, it's definitely a good game. It's not a bad game. But here we go. So first thing I wanted to mention is just one of the like key features of the game a lot of people don't know about. It's definitely designed for multiplayer. Now it has bots and they are fairly competent, but they're kind of your run-of-the-mill bots. They're not going to be anything groundbreaking when it comes to their intelligence. But it's definitely a multiplayer focused game. It's got 200 player servers, which is pretty large, and I've played on full servers and it runs surprisingly well. So that's kind of the focus of the experience of the game. So if you're not playing in like a big server with like a lot of people, you're not really getting like the true experience of Over the Top. Another thing is they got destructible environments. This is a big one. So I mean, destructible environments, not very many games have that. Probably the only game that's going to come to your mind is Battlefield, because that was like by far the most popular game franchise that had destructible environments. But this game actually has more robust destruction than most of the Battlefield games, I would say. Maybe except for Battlefield 1. But Battlefield 1, I would say, probably had the most robust destruction of all the games. So it's comparable, I would say, to Battlefield 1. So that's a big part of it, too. Something that Battlefield does not have, that Over the Top does have, is it has trench building and trench digging. Not only can you actually like dig ditches to hide in, but you can also like build sandbags and like the trench walls, and you can build barbed wire and all of the other good stuff that comes with that, like a bunch of different fortifications. So when it comes to like trench building, if that kind of is your weird fix, let's just say, this is the game for you. There's a lot of trench building in the game. It's actually really important. It's not just kind of a side thing that you can do if you want to. It's actually like kind of a core element of the game. A lot of maps are designed in such a way that they're pretty open, so you have to dig in order to get like decent cover. All right, another big one for this game is the persistent maps. So let's say if we were playing like a Battlefield map, we played on St. Quentin Scar, right? So you got the no man's land, you approach the town, and then after the round is over, maybe you play a long conquest round, and the town gets completely demolished, right? Next time that you end up loading up St. Quentin Scar, maybe after a few other rounds on a few other maps, next time you load up the map, everything's refreshed, right? The town is back, everything's back to how it was. Not in this game. So in Over the Top, when you destroy a map, it stays destroyed for 4 rounds. So it's not like those rounds are back to back either. So it's like you play a map, you destroy it, right? You play another map. When you come back to it, it's exactly how you left it. And it will be that way for 4 rounds. So you can imagine a very pristine map getting completely demolished after 4 entire rounds with 200 players. Lots of explosions and lots of trench building, right? So maps become essentially completely different maps by the time you play them on the 4th round, which is awesome. I've never seen a game do something like this. And as for like the factions and loadout spread, yeah, it's pretty good. They got Germany, they got France, and they got Britain. You got your early war uniforms and your late war uniforms, which is nice. And you also have like the proper vehicles and stuff. They do have a couple of weird vehicles that weren't actually in the war, but there's only 2 of them. They're like behemoth tanks, whatever. Everything else is pretty on point. The weapons, there are a few kind of more experimental weapons thrown in there. Such as like the RSC-17 and stuff. But they do a good job with the class system to give you some variety without making it like overkill with the SMGs and machine guns and the other less used weapons. So The vast majority of classes get bolt-action rifles, and that's what most of the players will have. And being a World War I game, I think that's how it should be. There is also a melee system for those close encounters. They don't happen super often, but it's actually super useful, especially when you get to jump on a bunch of guys in a trench. To just have your bayonet and just start stabbing guys, because you can do it quietly. It's not the best melee system in the world, but it gets the job done. It works well enough. This game also has proximity chat that can be heard by the enemy. So proximity chat is, as far as I know, it's the only way to communicate like via chat in game. So that is how people are going to be talking to each other for tactics and stuff. But it's also going to be all of the hilarious like role playing and stuff that people do, and also hearing the enemy like taunt you and being able to taunt the enemy. It's great. You can just imagine all of the hilarious conversations. Surprisingly wholesome considering the potential that's there. But yeah, it's a big part of the game and it makes it really, really fun. So I'm not one of those guys who's going to jerk you around or make you do some subscriptions or some bullshit in order to get these free Steam keys. I'm just going to give them to you because I'm a tiny channel. I don't care. So I'm going to give them to you right now. You're going to have to go back and pause the video. I mean, you got to put in some effort. I mean, come on. But yeah, enjoy the free keys. And then other than that, you know, the game has, you know, custom maps. All right, custom maps are pretty cool. It's in the Unity engine, which is a pretty user-friendly engine when it comes to these kind of things. But yeah, you can create your own maps, and I assume, you know, you're able to implement them into the game somehow. I assume there's going to be workshop related access, or maybe the devs are going to greenlight certain maps that the community makes to implement them into the game. Not sure how it's all going to work, but I'm sure they've got something planned for that. But yeah, there's a lot of potential here for essentially endless content where the community can essentially create maps and possibly other content in the future, and the devs can just kind of greenlight the things that they like and keep the game fresh with content for a very long period of time. I think that's a good way to keep kind of smaller indie titles like this alive. Otherwise, if the content stagnates, then you have a very high risk of a game like this dying. But hopefully, you know, this is going to be one of those breakthrough games that really becomes popular and it does really well. I would probably add some more features that a lot of people will most likely be asking for. Not the prone thing, though I think a lot of people will be asking for prone. More along the lines of first-person view perspective stuff. I know that the game is supposed to be third-person focused, but it does have first-person, and I think that that should be expanded upon in order to appeal to that group, because, you know, the more players you appeal to, the more popular your game is going to be, etc. I think that they should add aim-down sights. I know a lot of people have been asking for that. I don't think it would negatively impact the game whatsoever. I think it would be virtually the same, especially for the people who play in first-person view. I think it would be a huge improvement to the game and just kind of the standard flow of the combat. The game, I would say, is more historically accurate than something like Battlefield 1, but it's not as historically accurate as something like Verdun. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I mean, honestly, one of the few complaints I have about it, other than a couple historical inaccuracies, is just kind of the general just jankiness of it. But all things considered, with it being a 4-man dev team and everything, like, it's really a really, really solid game. And it gives you an experience that is very unique, which I really appreciate, especially in today's oversaturated gaming world. So definitely check it out.